Yo, what it do? What it do? Yellow Way has plans for himself.
Yo, what it do, what it do? It's your boy Yellow the Boy. So today's topic is going to be a little bit different than the last one, but it kind of involves the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It kind of involves some listening, some talking, things of that nature. You know, those things that, you know, keep you in good communication is the key word. Good communication with one another. One of the key things is communication. So communication is a topic that is broad. It's very broad because it's so important that you have to understand that there are various ways to keep communication going in a relationship. So here's one of the ways that you keep the communication going is by opening your mouth, talking, explaining things that your counterpart may not understand about things that you're saying. So open your mouth, say something, and don't feel like I'm repeating myself. This is a problem. This gets on my nerves and things. When you start to feel like that, you're showing signs of the other part, your counterpart, is not so important that you're willing to break it down to where they can actually understand exactly what you're talking about. One of the old school things is that men and women communicate differently. So, one of the things about that is it's about, a lot of times women speak with emotion. A lot of times men speak with logic. They speak with that very ego that they've been carrying pretty much all of their lives, as well as the things that they've been taught. So with that in mind, let's understand that we have to be able to speak in a way that the other person can understand. I mean, take for example, when you're explaining things to a child, how many people get angry about explaining something to a little, 4 or 5 year old or a little 3 year old? A lot of times people don't get angry about that. And you have to treat your relationship pretty much the same way. It's no different. Just understand that people are not going to always understand what you say and how you say it. You know what I'm saying? You understand what you're trying to say. You know what you're trying to say, but you want the message to be conveyed to your partner, what you're trying to say. So be willing, be um in pretty much in teacher mode, that caring, that sincerity, that compassion that teachers have for teaching students, probably an old cliche as to how teachers used to be versus how they are now. But there are still some good teachers out there that are willing to be that way with the students. So be willing to be that way with your companion. And also, let's understand something too, that verbal communication is not the only communication that you're displaying when you're talking to your partner. Gestures like me, I talk with my hands. Those things let people know how engaged you are. Your body language, you getting angry and you start throwing, your shoulders and tightening up and clenching, that's communication. Those are the signs that show that, man, I'm bothered. I really don't want to, talk to you about different things. And speaking of such, not wanting to talk to someone, these are usually the best times because you're at your most honest a lot of times. when you're upset and you're not very happy. Sometimes you say some brutal things, which again, we're gonna go back to in the previous video when I stated no gut punching, because gut punching leads to a lot of unnecessary things. But we're not gonna get into that. Let's focus on communication. Let's focus on talking to one another. Let's focus on understanding one another's points of views. Let's focus on how I make you feel when I am talking to you. Let's focus on how you make me feel when you're talking to me. Let's focus on, do I really understand exactly where you're coming from? Do you really understand exactly where I'm coming from? Am I speaking to you from the heart? I mean, when we talk about communication, there's so many different ways to do it. I mean, take for example, um, women are masters at this. They are masterminds at this type of communication. When you've done something, or you haven't done anything negative, but you've done something, and she gives you that look, like with the little smile and the glossy eyes, and you're looking like, okay, what did I do? What did I do? And you got the smile on your face because you know that she's looking at you in a good way, and she hasn't said a word. That's called silent communication. So silent communication can also be a form of communication that you use in your relationship to make that relationship better, to give that your counterpart that indication that, hey, yeah, I'm happy about the things that you did, or that I'm not happy about, something that you said or something that you done, but you haven't said a word. You just your body, your gestures, body language is a form of communication. So let's understand these things about our partners. Let's understand these things about our children, because even when we communicate with our children, that's a relationship. We're building a rapport, a relationship with our children, with our families, with friends, with people that we don't even know sometimes. We're building a rapport with them. We're building a relationship. Even if it's a temporary relationship, it's still a relationship. So come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it together. Let's focus. Let's make these topics very interesting so that we can have a dialogue. And let's make sure that you don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this video, you like the things that I'm saying, trust and believe I have a lot more, a whole lot more. I mean, I've done some research, done some studying, college, the whole nine. So trust and believe I know what I'm talking about. Those are my credentials to let you know that this is not just me blowing smoke. This is real. I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for a while. But that's all your boy got for today. Peace and blessings. And your boy is out of here. Once again, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Let's make this real. One love, baby.
That could include you. Let's set up a time to talk. Don't worry about where it's a Zoom podcast. We can talk, laugh, joke, and have fun all you want. I'm here to make your heart last. Now that you